Welcome to Maono Prayer Center, where petitions to the courtrooms of heaven are filed.
Hello, good people. Do you know the 5 rules of managing your parents, which can totally change your life forever? If you don't know them, then please hang on there till end of this message. You will be blessed. My name is Robinson Mokua, the vision carrier of Maono Prayer Center. Maybe before I tell you those 5 rules on how to manage or to treat your parents, allow me just to mention how fond my mother is to me. You know, about something small about my mom. Yeah, please, thank you. Now, the love of my mother is unconditional, and her intentions towards me have always remained good and genuine. Her love is truly selfless and forgiving, always. Although I have siblings, many siblings, her love to me has remained the same, no matter how many times we have cravingly shared that love together with my siblings. She doesn't love anybody less or more. It has been the same across the board, and I thank God for her. Although I normally, when I was growing up, although I crossed so many family established boundaries, many times, she did not love me less. What a mom. Her love remained the same. My mom has been with me every step of the way of my life, and I'm still in her love zone until now, as I record this message to you. She cared for me when I was completely helpless and in need when I was young. I can imagine all the troubles that I gave her when I broke and destroyed all things in the house. Still, she loved me. Later on, my nan stopped crying at infancy, at night, seeking for attention. I thank God she knew my language of infancy. She could know what the problem was. Who else like mom? Nani mwingine kama mama? I remember when I used to have a running nose with thick and solid mucus coming out of my nose. I used to be called by nickname. I used to be called Osonto. Osonto means a child who's emitting mucus all the time from his or her nose. My mom, listen, my mom used to graciously suck it out using her mouth. She didn't want to risk to use any other thing or to use even her hands because they were dirty always. But she chose to use her mouth as if that was not enough for her. I used to pee and poop on her back while enjoying the comfort of her back. Why? Those days we didn't have the children cots, the one you used to carry children from one place to another. We didn't have those things. So I used to use her back as the cot. Anyway, once still, whenever I became sick, which was very common because of the hygiene conditions under which we were staying, I used to throw up using my mouth, throwing up using my mouth, and throwing down simultaneously while on her back. It was that bad. My mother was my first able teacher in my life. She taught me all the activities of daily living, ADLs, how to eat, how to walk, how to dress, how to speak, how to bathe, out to wash. No wonder my first language is the language of our tongue. My first language is the language of our tongue. An accent, my brothers and sisters, have deliberately refused to let go or change until the sun sets down on me. I will talk using the accent of my mother tongue. Those of you are getting problems to understand me. That's why I've deliberately refused to let go that language of my mother's tongue, to let go, change it for another one, because I want to retain my mother's identity. Come rain, come sunshine, until the sun sets down on me. My good mother taught me good morals and values, which have become the guiding force, my character, and the fulcrum on which my life rotates. I thank God for choosing my mother as a trusted vessel of honor to bring me into this world to accomplish God's plans and purpose for him on this earth. Okay, my happy moments with my mother. Let me tell you the happy moments of my mother. I vividly remember those early days when she used to go to the market on Sundays. Yeah. Sundays, my brothers and sisters, they used to be special market days for me, which was so much special for me because she used to bring for me some sweet candies. Now, because I could not wait until she comes home, yeah, I used to go a distance ahead. I used to make sure that I wait for her expectantly, a little distance away from home as she comes from the market. Now, the moment her eyes met with mine, and then by reflex action, I used to bend my elbows like this, and then open my hands like this. I started moving them up like this, flip-flopping like this several times. In jubilation, singing the common song, Mama, 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 Mama. It was hilarious. Now, then Mom could extend her loving hands to me and gave me that candy I was waiting for, and still took me up, carried me on her back, while carrying the luggage, the groceries on her head. This was the most enjoyable moments of my life. Je, ni nani mwingine kama mama? Translation. By the way, who else like mom? Now, caring for the needs of our elderly parents, sisters and brothers, is the bare minimum that we should do to them, whether we are Christians or not. It is a divine calling which has been passed through generations to generations and anchored several times in the book. I believe, therefore, we should be there for our aging parents, whether they are thousands miles away or not. If you cannot make it to see them in person, then you can make it a routine. I repeat again, a routine to call them regularly and demonstrate your care and honor and love and respect for them. Your parents desire to talk to you all the time, even not to see you face to face regularly. Now, this brings to the 5 rules for managing parents. Here comes now the 5 rules for managing parents. These rules I want to tell you, brothers and sisters, if followed, will sap, will tap, will extract God's blessings which come through your parents. Rule number 1, it is a gift of honor. Rule number 1, a gift of honor. Now, Whenever you visit your parents, please, please, I beseech you, carry something in your hands for them. It does not matter whether they have enough money to buy whatever they want to buy. At least you have to carry something in your hands as a case of honor to them. As a gesture of honor, a gesture of honor to them. They might not be lacking, but this is as a gesture of honor to them. So when you live, wherever you're staying, you are visiting them, you just have to carry something in your hands. So as you exchange greetings, you exchange that gift of honor. Rule number 2, joint meal. A joint meal. Now, whenever you visit them, please, please, purpose to have a joint meal with them immediately on arrival. It is wise to have a joint meal with your parents immediately you arrive. You arrive in the morning, make sure lunch you take together with your parents before you go to your house or your home. The rule states that you must eat first meal of your parents with your parents if you own a family of your own. Brother, sister, there is a blessing attached to this. Rule number 3, fellowship. Rule number 3, fellowship. Give them undivided attention and allow them to talk to you for at least 3 hours or 2 hours. Reasonable time period. You and them. Allow them to brainstorm anything. Talk. Let them, don't dominate the questions. Let them talk to you for at least a reasonable time period. Do not start running up your errands and leave home before even giving them that fellowship opportunity. Fellowship with your parents. Don't go home. They see you for 10 minutes, you have gone visiting other places. No. Give them some time to vomit, to say what they have to say. You don't have to do them, but just give them time. Let them feel you. Yeah? Let them talk to you. Please, fellowship with your parents. Rule number 4, money. Rule number 4, money. Now, if your parents are of age, yeah, please give them hard cash before you leave home. You know why? Because aged people tend to prefer money to anything else. Even if you give them the groceries, which can last for one year, so long as you have not given them the hard cash, your visit to them is invalid. Give them something small, money. Even if you buy all the Walmart and store it there, all the supermarkets, still, if you have not given them money, your journey or your visit is null and void. They will say, so and so came here, he or she didn't leave us anything, and yet there is food in the house. It is that serious. The last rule, number 5, phone call. A phone call, my friend, to our parents is a great thing, very necessary, a phone call. Therefore, when you are at your place of work or wherever you stay, diarize. The word here is diarize. to call your parents every week. It's not big. It's not something big to ask. Diarize to call your parents every week and let them talk to you. Please do not make them take their phone. You know, if you don't do that, you can make them take this phone to a mechanic in the marketplace to have it repaired. Why? Thinking that it is faulty. Why? Simply because you have not called them for a month. Just scoop. You know, it's not something big to ask. Just scoop 10 minutes out of your 10,000 minutes a week. Just 10 minutes out of 10,000 minutes and 80 to allocate it to your parent. Just 10 minutes. Hello, mom, how are you? I just wanted to say hi. I just want to hear your voice. How are you people doing? You know, so anything that I can address like that, even if you don't address it, just ask. I just felt like greeting you. How are you today? Then you leave it there. Run your errands. Please scoop 10 minutes out of your 10,000 minutes per week to talk to your parent. That person, that face of honor, which God used to bring you to this world. Very necessary. That's not too much to ask. That's not too much to ask. Now, let me now come to a call of action and a word of advice to those of you who are privileged to have parents who are alive. Kindly allow me to persuade you. Kindly allow me to persuade you to listen and obey to what your parents tell you. Why? Because much of God's word of prophecy for your life will come through them, especially to those parents who know how to pray for their children. God's word of prophecy for your life, for your future, come through them. Such that if you obey your parents, you listen to them and obey them and pray, as same time they're also praying for you, then you will receive the prophetic word for your life. Therefore, if you disregard their advice, listen to this. If you disregard their advice, then you would directly disregard or mute the voice of God in your life. It is that serious. Now, while respect, obedience, and honor are normally earned rather than given freely like that, but parental respect, my brothers and sisters, parental respect, obedience, and honor. Let me repeat again. While the respect and obedience and honor are normally earned rather than given just like that or freely like that, but parental respect, parental obedience, parental honor were earned and ordained to them by the Almighty Father, even before you were born. That one was pre-earned and ordained by the Almighty Father, the one who created you. So give them that honor, give them that respect, give them that obedience anyway. Therefore, please give them their due respect, honor, unconditionally. They don't have to do stuff for you to honor them. They don't have to take you to school to respect them. Give them their due respect, which was earned to them and ordained by your Creator. Okay, parents are neither perfect nor are they angels on earth. They make mistakes, just like you. They make mistakes all the time. Whether they abandoned you when you are growing up or not, whether they abused you or not, whether they never educated you or not, they remain your parents, through whom God's blessings for your life will pass through. Do you hear that? I repeat again. Whether they abandoned you or not, whether they abused you or not, whether they never took you to school or not, they remain your parents. They will forever remain your parents, through whom God's blessings for you will come through.
Thank you so much for listening to us. We are extremely grateful. This message was brought to you courtesy of Maono Prayer Center. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Shalom.